Alright. We are live. Alright, so basically this is going to be a test run of this. What had happened last time was we streamed this, and the problem was when I looked back through, it freeze framed a lot. We had a lot of mic problems during the stream, not afterwards. It sorted itself out, and then because of the latency and the okay, literally the biggest problem was the latency. I deduced that due to the fact that afterwards I'd check how many frames I would drop, and due to that, the recording would fall very far behind, and then I would get to the end and I'd hit end stream, and then it cuts off where this stream actually was last. So yeah, we're gonna be recording it so that way I'm able to actually control what's going on. Now I put the recording as I changed some settings up. I wanted to make it so that way what's it called? I wanted to make it so that way it was as least laggy as possible. Even though the quality may have dropped a tiny bit, I mean, there isn't much that we need to see anyways, so yeah. Alright, let's get into it. Happy to be back with you guys. It's been a bit, and we're gonna have to hit new game. I tried to record it yesterday before changing any settings, but that didn't really seem to be the case. It dropped about 16 minutes. Now I only streamed for 36, so it didn't drop too much, but it dropped enough where I didn't get the ending. So I just deleted it and didn't upload it, of course. So now we're here, and yeah, let's play. Here, real quick, I'm gonna pull up to see how many frames we've dropped. None. Great. Alright. Oh. Shouldn't open a bunch of stuff. Alright. New game. I'm not gonna do as much editing, or not... Okay, I'm not gonna do editing like I used to on my PS4, only because I don't feel like that. I'm gonna keep everything raw, I'm gonna keep everything as is. So yeah, hope you enjoy it, and let's get right into it. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the hair like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never make or never see yourself making today, but it kind of just works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and over the time I'd get tired of waiting up, sorry. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. I don't really like that, because it's why? If anything, you should be more willing to wait there, because it's she's actively trying to catch up. She's not just walking. If she was walking, I mean, it'd still be pretty mean if she noticed you, but however, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Mr. Crimson. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. So I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We walk across the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Mr. Kimson, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs, but I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting on the average while spending my free time on games and online. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look for a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I can do that. Yeah! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Here, I'm gonna take my earbud out of my ear. I'm using it for my PC audio. I was gonna listen to music, but it's like, I have to hear myself talk, and I don't like to hear the echo, so yeah, I got new earbuds. Mostly because I want to be able to, while I'm doing nothing at school, I'd like to be able to listen to some music on the Chromebook, even if it's really just nothing music, but, you know, still fun to me though. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and before it's over, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around me and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Oh, what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah! There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. I mean, that's all it takes, though. I know I've said this like 50 times, but it always pops in my head. It's like, that's all you really need. I mean, literally, she was someone who decided to show up, and because so, she got the role of vice president. I mean, that's great to put on like a college application. Like, I was the vice president of a literature club. Like, that shows that I'm interested in studies at least, or something of the sort. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. Yeah, why are we dissing that so much? She at least got up. Freaking, our guy just sat there the whole time. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kinda told the club yesterday that I'd bring in a new member and Natsuki make cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop for a cupcake, okay?
Yes! Let's go.
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. What a line, am I right? I mean, I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but boy, foreshadowing, am I right? I dejectedly follow Sayori. Again, we're going with Yuri this time. I said this when I was recording yesterday. I know you probably don't care because you didn't see it, but we're going for Yuri since that's the one we have the least, like, stuff from. Like, we didn't get as many of the, like, bonus images or poems or anything like that. Actually, no. I think we got like one bonus poem. And then if we do this again, because I'm trying to like balance it out, we went hardcore for Sayori last time for the first part. You wouldn't have seen that, but you know, I don't really feel like going back through all that trauma. Like we worked really hard, and then she died. And I'm not saying that that's a spoiler, because it like it is already up on my channel, so. And this game's like forever years old, so it's not that old. It's just, you know, it's not new enough for spoilers to be a thing, really. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for the third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. Yeah, glance around the room. Welcome to, oh, sorry.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always has nice things to say about you.
Seriously, you brought a boy?
Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Mr. Crimson! What a nice surprise! Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation. This club
is full of incredibly cute girls.
Why is that? Oh my god. Every time I played this through, this one line always gets me. Because it's like, I've been working on my social skills. I'm sorry. If you're gonna think these thoughts, you gotta think them way ahead of time. You're not allowed. Like, it's almost kind of like a bane of existence trying to speak when this is your thoughts. At this moment, you have to be thinking, how do I friggin' greet them properly and nicely? Not friggin', oh my gosh, it's so incredible if you girl. Like, I know he's not saying this, but it's like, your mind needs to be friggin' thinking. Alright, you can't be thinking this. What are you looking at?
If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet the both of you.
It sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Mr. Crimson.
Monica smiles sweetly, awkwardly looking at me as if she's going to whisper something into Sayori's ear. Sayori, oblivious to what's going on here, accidentally trips Monica. Monica hits head on table. Game's over. Wouldn't that be a twist now? We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Mr. Crimson. We made a room for you at the table, so you can either sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you dummy. Alright. Give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself be intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a great pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. That's what I'm saying though, like that kind of conversation's normal. You know, he's not just thinking about, oh my gosh, there's pretty girls in this room. He's trying to freaking enlighten the topic. But he is kind of an asshole to like freaking Sayori. I'm glad. Sayori faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. By the way guys, before I get into this, I am going to stop for today only because I have to download something for B-dubs and because I might probably just play some Hitman 2 or work on a song. Yeah, boys, you know it. Alright, friggin', we have a new song thing that's coming out. Hopefully, I would like to get some more things underway before I start making any decisions. But yeah, we have a new we're gonna have like a music channel, and I think what I want to do is I'm gonna share it with everybody who wants to be a part of it, like all the information. Like I'll make the channel and then I'll give everyone information to log in, because it's like not gonna have anything really connected to me specifically. It's gonna be like, obviously we're making a new email and then we're making an account. Like it's not just gonna be like I use an alt account of mine that I already have to do it. So we're gonna make an alt account, give everyone information, and then we're gonna like share it to whoever wants to. And yeah, we're just gonna make songs on there. We'll come up with the more of the details. I know I want to at least make a song at least over the summer. Maybe I'd like to drop a couple songs, and every now and then I could just do song idea streams where like we just come up with beats or something and then we just keep something flowing. I think that could be fun, especially doing some partner stuff. I'm not sure what we're gonna actually call it, but we're gonna use the acronym DCS for now. But yeah, so I'm gonna end the stream at like after we finish writing the first poem, and then yeah, and I'm only doing that because it's like I need to make sure that I'm not dropping a ton of frames. It seems relatively good so far, so let's see if we can keep it up. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so
That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club as fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? Probably could have been a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is
a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort into start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Mr. Crimson, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? Why is my guy second guessing himself? That was the right thing to say. Like, well, that can change. It shows that, like, you're open to try something new. Like, don't second guess that, man. You should be happy that you impulse straight to that comeback. I spoke without thinking after years. Oh, I thought it said after years of seeing Yuri said smile. I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri said smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger, behind the back because she's just too cool.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. Yeah, it was Goosebumps. I don't know which one, but it was. I've written a couple of horror books. And no, I'm not talking about myself. I've read a ton of horror. You know, that's the thing is it's like, I don't personally enjoy reading. I can find appreciation for it at times. I like when the school makes us have to read, so that way, like, it kickstarts it and then the world just becomes immersive. I can't remember the book. It's an exceptionally good book, you should read it. But basically it's about this boy who, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but if you guys can help me out with the book title, I can't remember it. But it's basically about a boy who accidentally kills this girl that he liked. It was on a rock. I'm not gonna describe anything else. But he did that, and his little cousin who acts like a gangster saw it all happen, and now they were carrying that through a decent portion of the book. I'm not gonna go any deeper into it. It's just if you can tell me the title, I would be so freaking happy. I missed that book. It was so weird because I remember reading it for like the first time. I was just so not wanting to do it. I'm like, oh, we gotta read a book in school? Like, come on. But after things picked up, I freaking read ahead. That's how much I enjoyed it. There hasn't been many books like that though. I liked Shiloh in 5th grade. One of my favorite all-time books. I think in 5th grade we also read, no, it was 4th grade, no, 3rd grade. We read a book about, I think, yeah, no, it was Old Yeller. No, it wasn't. It was about like this girl who found this dog, then over time the dog and her became more attached, and then like the dog was really nice and like she went to a library and stuff. I don't know the name of the book, but it was a pretty good book. Anyways, let's continue with this. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. And yes, though, I have written my own horror books. I enjoyed it for a little bit. Now, this was back in like 2nd grade. I'm not saying that it was bad. I liked where I was going with it, but it's 2nd grade level. Like, I feel like if I tried to rewrite it now, it would be a lot better. 1 second, this is really annoying me that a friggin' Fortnite pop-ups up. Like, it's because it's, I download Epic Games because I need to download Fortnite for Sam. So, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm just doing my buddy a good deed since he's my friend, and I know how bad he wants me to finish this at least for him since he had to spend his time and money on it. I'm probably not gonna get everything he wants out of it, but I'm gonna give it my best shot because I want to make sure that he didn't waste his money. I'd at least like to get him the amount of V-Bucks he needs to buy the next Battle Pass, so at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. So real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. Give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems? Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes.
Oh, sorry. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet, I see. Do my eyes deceive me? Tips hat, pushes up glasses, takes a sip of Sprite, barfs it up because Sprite is weird, grabs ginger ale, puts it immediately back down because ginger ale is literally more likely used for like medicine or dietary options for people who can't put it down. Not to be mean or anything. Like, trust me, I know how it is to like something a lot and then like you don't really want to give it up. So you try to find alternatives that are better for you. Like, I used to be about like that about food. Like, the weird thing was, it was like, I hate myself a lot, especially during over the lifespan of like my time on Earth, because the options I made have been so stupid and I'm paying for the repercussions now. Alright, if I probably didn't spend like multiple summers at my grandma's and have an entire online year where I literally did nothing really, I probably wouldn't have to be in such a annoying like thing. I know I talk about my weight a lot, but that's because it's like, I really am trying to keep it down. I rarely ever try to go for snacks. Like, when I get home, I had a problem at the beginning of my diet where it's like, I would think, oh, you know, I'm being healthy, and then I would like grab like 5 snacks that all adds up to about 1 meal, and I'd be like, wow, that was a really bad idea. And I know why it is. It's for some reason, as soon as I get home, I feel really exhausted. So I think I'm really weak towards it, but I've been better about it. Now when I get home, I allow myself, if I'm really hungry, like extremely hungry, and I'm tired, I grab 1 snack, and if that's not enough, I set like a random exercise challenge I have to do. And it's not like just like do a push-up. If so, it would be like do 20 push-ups or like do 100 sit-ups, which yes, I can do very easily at this point. I don't know, it's weird because I'm able to sit up like really easy. Push-ups are starting to get easier. Like, I'm doing them without struggle, or at least I'm doing a tiny bit of them without struggle now. Whereas I used to be really bad about, like, I'm improving. But let's get back into the game. I shouldn't be gloating so much. I'm just really proud that I am, actually, because literally, why I say this is it's like, I used to spend summers at my grandma's where the only movement that I ever really had, like, couch to a different couch so I could play like games on the Xbox. I would grab like plates full of Doritos and just shove them into my mouth. And freaking, I would just grab cups upon cups upon cups of pop all day. That's my entire day. Like, and my grandma, like, because she was really old in age and really weak from smoking, she didn't really make meals too often. We usually ate out, which even still would have been fine if I would have just controlled what I like. It's fine to have a pop every now and again, as long as you're not just like scarfing it down, and as well as if it's like in a controlled manner. Like, don't drink like an entire friggin' 2 liter a day. That's not good for you at all, trust me, I know. And then during my online class last year, I thought, oh man, I'm gonna get healthy since I'm doing weight training. And then I realized that literally, I looked at it, not only was I not going to school, like I was going to online school, and yes, I was really good, I did all my work. Regardless, I was going to friggin' online school, so there's no like even walking around in between classes. And on top of that, I'm eating like a really big waffle breakfast every single day. I was eating a giant lunch with a lot of pop every lunch. And then my parents, because my mom was still getting used to working, like we would rarely ever eat in. So I was just bad choices. All I know now is I need to, because I've learned I'm able to say no now. For a while I was kind of scared to say no when like food was trying to be offered, because I felt kind of bad because it's like they're offering me food, but now I realized I don't need the food. But yeah, so I've been going on extremely long walks, sometimes runs. It's not that I'm against running, it's just like where I'm running is pretty far away from my home, and I don't want my legs to be about to collapse by the time I get home, because I gotta cross a lot of streets, and yeah. And it's been fun. I don't know, I've just been enjoying at least being able to walk outside and hang out. I saw an old friend of mine today. Alright. Sorry guys, I keep trailing off. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and even throwing the deepest reaches of your heart. You have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I really wanted to read everyone's poems. We'll sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzingly at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think you'll help us all get a little bit more comfortable with each other. And then strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Mr. Crimson? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? No, we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. Never said I would join the club. Come on, man. Like, I'm sorry. They literally went, like, out of their way for you to feel comfortable today, and, like, really tried to make it so like you feel like a part of the club. If you're just gonna up and say that, like, trust me, I know how it is to not really be able to do something that you already like kind of were getting into. The only problem is it's like, if you say that, say it more like an open thing. Say it's like, it's not that you don't want to come, it's the fact that like you can't, because that's really only the reason you should have for not coming. Like, tell them, hey, some days, you know, I might have to leave early or something like that, but it's like, come on, man. Alright, they're just trying to survive out here in the freaking literature world. At least you could do is at least freaking join their club, especially since they tried so hard. Sayori might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made my decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought Mr. Crimson, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. I'm supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these girls. Great way to think of it. Alright, that's the perfect time to think of it. And think of it like that. Like, you're allowed to obviously think, oh my gosh, there's pretty girls here. But you gotta freaking keep on topic, man. Like, this is perfect though, because it's like, well, if all I have to do is write poems, which honestly, greatly said. Writing poems is not very difficult. Like, okay, I'm not saying like it's easy. I'm just saying that really he has a great deal here. If all he has to do is write poems and he gets to, you know, be friends with these people and hang out, I mean, that's not a bad price. Right. Alright, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Yeah, woo! Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Mr. Crimson, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing? Don't sell yourself short, man. You never know. Sky is young, the horizons are long. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Mr. Crimson, since we are already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for the clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Now, I don't have Doki Doki Plus, of course. I don't think I'm gonna ever get it because it's like, I've already seen really the entire thing and it's like I don't really need to get the whole thing. I mean, if I just randomly got her, if it went free, I'd probably stream it, but spend money now, I'm fine. Alright. Pick the words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. So we said we're going for Yuri. Now, I'm gonna try to even it out so that way, because I like it to see, like, we're all friends. Because I see how it is when, like, one of the members feels really left out. They just don't even talk to you anymore, and that's kind of just sad, so... Alright. I think this is... Sayori's, so... Alright. We're gonna go at least the first 10 with Yuri, and then we'll go Natsuki and Sayori. All like the really big, well not big, but all the like more like complex words are, I mean Yuri. Oh dang it. Alright. Alright, I made most of them for Yuri. Alright, we're gonna end here. I'm sorry, but it's like, oh, yeah, we literally ended here yesterday. Yeah, I like to overwrite my save. Alright, well that was Doki Doki Literature Club. I hope you enjoyed. I'm not gonna really edit this video just because it's like, I really just need to see how it all plays out. If you're seeing this, then it turned out well enough for me to post it. The thing's gonna look a lot blurrier for you. I'm sorry about that. It's just so that way I could keep the frame drops as low as possible. But we're playing Doki Doki, and honestly, if I ever play FPS games, it's like, you only need to see relatively what I'm doing. And besides, if I ever upgrade in the future, then like, we'll be fine. So, that, have a nice night. I hope you enjoyed the first one. We're gonna try doing this once every night, so that way we can get through it. I know that later in the game, when we do, like, I'm sure tomorrow maybe I'll stream for a little, or like record for a little bit longer, but once we do get through a decent portion of it, it starts to pick up real fast, so maybe we'll finish the game a lot sooner than you think. But with that being said, we're done, and yeah, also, I hope you enjoyed I left the music in. That's only because it's like, I'm pretty sure the Salvato team was the one who made the music, and this is one of their few games, and I don't really think anybody needs to know that I didn't do this. But I think it goes without saying, like, okay, let me do my little disclaimer. I don't own any music or media or any sort of online expression or what have you. I don't own any media, so don't claim that I do. I'm not claiming I do. All the credit goes out to those who made it. I know it's kind of a cheesy thing to say, but it's easier than going through right now. But yeah, I guess shout out to the Salvato team for the music. That's really about it.